Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Versailles. Today we're going to be doing challenges 25 through 36 of the August 2025 monthly challenges. To start with, we're going to be using Teemo, Guardian Angel, and Double Star Gem. This is against Ezreal. Special rules are Chronicle of Ruin. Round start, kill all units and revive them, and enemies of Demacia will fall. Game start, the foe summons the Grand Plaza. For the Grand Plaza, can I not look at it? I might not be able to look at it here. I think gives their units Challenger and they'll get it every round because Chronicle of Ruin will continually kill and remake them, so they'll be freshly summoned every round. And not a big deal because we're going to be using Teemo here, who every time he dies is going to Guardian Angel and create more Teemos. They'll all be impacted by the Double Star Gem, and we'll just have pretty huge units. I'm going to take this package here because there's a lot of power riff on it. We should be able to play a lot of those cards for free. And Deathless can have some negative impacts with Chronicle of Ruin. It will make some units that are stunned, and you don't want that. It'll also clog up your board with those units. So we're just going to take a Farsight Alteration here. And we can just skip and go into Ezreal. His power is target practice. Round start, the foe creates a Static Shock in hand. If they've leveled, they create a True Shot Barrage instead, and all their spells cost 1. So you can always just pass. They're going to Static Shock you, and it's better if they hit you rather than one of your units, because that denies Ezreal the ability to level up. It saves you around. As you can see, we already have 2 Teemo on board, and they're now 6/5s because of the Chronicle of Ruin. I'm not going to play any more units. That'll make it so that I have less Teemo on the board, and I don't want to have less Teemo on the board. We're going to attack here. They're definitely going to block at least one. And we get double stunned because Targon Ezreal doesn't let you play the game. Could drop Chump Wump here. That would let us put a bunch of Puff Caps in the deck. I think that's fine. It will clog the board a little bit, but Ezreal is doing us a nice favor in getting rid of our Wump Wump. And we attack. Just putting as many Puff Caps as we can into their deck. And they should die here, even if they have double stuns. And if not, they would have had 3,500 Puff Caps, which is too many Puff Caps. Challenge 26 is Zoe and Draven. It's another Chronicle of Ruin, so we're using Teemo again. Same strat as last time, and this time we also have Incapacitation, so our damaged units can't block. For that to work for our opponents, we'll have to damage them in the round because Chronicle of Ruin won't kill your units, and then just revive them. Not sure what I want here. I'm going to take Fiora, can never level up. I'll just take Jinx. And at the shop, kind of want to avoid things that aren't just Teemo. So I'm going to take that Teemo and move on. Going to Zoe, whose power is Sparky Kiddo. Round start, they create a Celestial card in hand that costs 3 or less, and it costs 1 less, I believe. Oh, reduces cost to 1. I was wrong. We didn't draw Teemo, which it's a little bit frustrating, since that is our entire deck's plan, but overall it shouldn't make a huge difference. Could block here, but I don't think I want to. We can play the Conchologist, maybe we'll draw into Teemo, and we do. Drop a Teemo here. Because of Shadow Totem we get 2, and If we attack with both, I don't think the Guardian Angel will go off, but if we don't attack, I think it will. I'm not 100% on that though. But we're going to try it anyway to see. We would want to kill this guy while we have the opportunity, while he's low. But I'm actually not seeing like a good way to pull that off. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Okay, so Guardian Angel didn't save the Ephemeral anyway, should have attacked with him. Gonna drop a 0-cost Jinx. Gonna drop Lextree and Yordle. Basically we're just building blockers. And we're gonna kill this Zoe. They did not care about my blockers, decided not to attack. That's fine. We'll just attack them back now. And they can't block all the elusive. Take Teemo, give him special delivery. More puff caps, more better, probably. Although we don't usually win by puff caps. I always have the hope that we will. But it doesn't happen. Get rid of Lextree and Yordle, he's expensive, and what's he doing for us anyway? We go into Draven, whose power is God among gladiators. Round start, if they do not have a Draven, they put a Draven in play. And when Draven attacks, he gets double attack and +1/+0. We're gonna play our Teemo here. Gives us a free Jinx, we'll drop that. We're going to play Zonite Urchin as well. Attack with everything, this is 22 damage. We also level up. And we also put 80 puff caps. They attack, we just block. Drop our puff cap puff. It's so hard to say. Attack with everything again. This should win the game. Again, puff caps didn't really matter. But a win is a win, even if it's a slightly less fun win. Challenge 27 is Yasuo. Special rules are arcane emissions. Game start. All players start with 3 spell mana and Nature's Revenge. When the foe gains the attack token, they summon a sapling. For this, we're going to be using Lillia with Stalker's Blade ×2 and Guardian's Orb. There's a lot of things you could do with Lillia. You could do triple Stalker's Blade, triple Guardian's Orb. Any combination of that, anything that plays on summon you can use as well. Ravenous Hydra 3 times would probably be pretty funny. Less good than Stalker's Blade, but funny. And then it kind of doesn't matter what you take. I'm going to take Poppy here, and we'll go for Fallen Feline, not for Fallen Feline, but to get to the champion item chest. So Phage is good. It is nice to put extra stats on Lillia. Black Cleaver is better. Vampiric Scepter would give you infinite healing. Dragon's Tooth, probably also good with the Stalker's Blade. It'd grow up pretty quickly. Quickstrike Blade's probably not good, and we end up with Coral Crush Gauntlets because I rerolled too many times. I was looking for some like Power Riff, some cost reduction or Black Cleaver. And then we go into Yasuo, whose power is Gathering Storm. When the foe's units attack, stun the player's weakest unit and draw 1. And of course we do want to start with Lillia in hand, and we get her. We could play something here, we don't have to. We play Keeper of the Mask. Normally you want to save Keeper of the Mask until you have a wide board, because when you summon he gives all the other allies +1/+0. But because we're playing Lillia, that's a little bit less important, because we can always just put him to sleep. And then when he comes back into play, he'll buff our units. We're gonna drop Poppy now. Maybe could have hesitated a little bit on that. And we'll attack with everything. Because with Lilia's 4-star, or one of her stars of bounty, bonus stars, your support champions do get Stalker's Blade, and you want to take advantage of that if you can. I'm gonna sleep Lillia, so when she shows up, it'll kill 2 more units. She also reapplies the Guardian's Orb effect to everything in play. And we're just gonna drop some units as blockers here. And we can't block elusive, so concussive palm is fine for that. Sleep Lillia again, and give Poppy a spear. Put Poppy to sleep too. When they come back with spirit. We'll also get rid of 3 units. Right, so Lily is at 42 for some reason. She pulled Black Cleaver at some point from the Guardian's Orb. We attack and win the game. Challenge 28 is Ezreal. Special rules are Wailing Spirits. This is Shadow Isle's discount and Long Rest. The foe's units have regeneration. For this, I'm going to be using LeBlanc with double Stalkers and Guardian Angel. This is my preferred build on LeBlanc. Sometimes triple Stalkers is a little bit better, but I like having that protection because LeBlanc doesn't have that many hit points and is fairly easy to remove. You can take kind of whatever here, it doesn't super matter. And we'll pass there, go to the champion item chest. As always, the most ideal thing is cost reduction, but double attack's pretty good. I like that. We go into Ezreal, whose power is target practice. Both spells cost 1. Round start, fleeting static shock. If level, fleeting true shot barrage. LeBlanc is, in my opinion, particularly good against Ezreal. Take Shepherd's Authority here. Then we'll drop Jax. Forgot to wait until they played their spells to drop Jax. My bad. LeBlanc is particularly good into Ezreal because that static shock. Oh, he didn't have mana to play it, I could have just dropped here. Can be countered with Sharpened Resolve. You just Sharpened Resolve and then you have more health so you don't die instantly. Overall, pretty good. I'm gonna replay Jax here and then we're just going to attack. Weirdly didn't block LeBlanc. And we can only Sharpen Resolve here to kill that Ezreal. Once you have Mirror Image from leveling up LeBlanc, pretty much win. Just make sure you don't fill up your board so you have space to use your Mirror Image. You're gonna want to Sharpen Resolve first. Maybe I should have saved it for Jax because he's, you know, not doing so well. And as your power gets higher, the mirror images will reduce in cost a little bit more. So here we didn't make an extra mirror image, but if we had 15 power we would have. So again, Sharpen Resolve to beat Static Shock. This attack wins. And that is it for Ezreal. Challenge 29 is Yasuo and Misfortune. Special rules are Butcher's Block. All units have Plunder, grant me +1/+1, and Trick of the Light. Game start, the foe summons a Mirror Mage. That is the rare version. The common version, both players get it. Again, Lillia, double Stalker's Guardian. I don't know. I really don't know what her best build is. This is totally fine. Triple Guardian's Orb is pretty funny though. And I'm gonna take this Avalanche because it has a mana gem on it. Cost reduction on Mr. Root isn't bad. I like Spritelings with mana gem. I think that's good. Then we'll look for something on Lillia. If we don't find, we can give Anivia Vampiric Scepter, but unlikely we'll ever play Anivia, so shouldn't super matter. We go into Yasuo, whose power is Gathering Storm. When the foe attacks, stun the player's weakest unit, and the foe draws 1. I'm gonna keep that, although probably should flip it to make sure we draw into Lillia. But we draw into Lillia anyway because we're very good at the game. We're just gonna pass here. And we're gonna pass again. They're gonna play a unit. Go into Avalanche now. And then we're gonna drop the Spritelings. This will give me, I want to say, 5 mana next turn. I'm gonna attack with Spritelings. If they decide to block the Yasuo, that'd be great for me. They didn't. We drop Lillia. Apparently she pulled capture. And we're gonna sleep her here. Just gonna recapture probably. Capture's annoying. I'm sad we got that. And drop Anivia here. They'll heal us a little bit from Vampiric Scepter, and we attack. And we're gonna sleep Lillia. He's gonna release the Yasuo. We're just gonna recapture the Yasuo. Stun is fine. We'll drop Coastal Defender. Block again. And we'll sleep. Yasuo is leveled up here. Our Lillia is 10 of 15, which, I don't know, feels like we could do better. We're gonna sleep another unit so that we can get closer to that level up. Finally actually kill Yasuo. And we actually kill Yasuo. Double attack, I think, is probably pretty good. Consuming Wrath might be similarly good. And I think I get rid of, I want to say, Shadow Assassin. Go into Misfortune, whose power is Boarding Party. When the foe attacks, they deal 1 to the player's Nexus and the player's battling units. I'm gonna keep the Avalanche because I like mana. Same process as last time here. We're gonna pass. We're gonna pass. We're gonna play Avalanche. We could play Lillia, but we're gonna play Avalanche instead for our mana gem. Should have played the Spriteling, probably meant to, and just slipped my mind. Gonna block with our Green Glade here. We could block here as well. And sleep, that's actually a burst speed if we wanted to, that we needed to sleep with Blooming Bud. I'm fine with the Green Glade Lookout dying because his strike will reduce the cost of Anivia. Gonna play the Spriteling. This is sort of a passing move. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop Anivia here. This is a bad attack, but we can always sleep our Spriteling. And we get a 1 mana Dream Laden Bow Battle. Dream Laden Bow, I think. I don't really care that they pulled Anivia. I feel like that doesn't hurt me. Dreamlight Alina will give us an extra mana gem, which probably doesn't matter at this point if I'm honest. And we're gonna go ahead and sleep Lillia here. She'll come back, kill both those units. We'll attack with a full board. And that is that. Lillia is very good. Challenge 30 is Gangplank and Tahm Kench. Special rules are unnatural selection, players' units have evolved, and heroics. This is Poppy's power. Round start, grant the foe's strongest ally +1/+1 for each of their other allies. For relics, we're going to be using Lost Chapter, Chemtech Duplicator, and Grand General's Counterplan. Spamming Rebuttal is kind of a good way to win the game, but also just having the extra mana from Lost Chapter is nice. Could probably use Archangel's Staff instead. Does take an extra round before you can really get started though. And we're going to take Mr. Root with that mana gem here. Obviously, you saw Lillia. She won't be as good without Stalker's Blade, but she's pretty good. Caustic Rift with +4 damage is actually something that is maybe considerable. I'm not too concerned. I can take Spirit Stone on Mel, that'll let me play an extra rebuttal maybe. And we'll take Power Rift on the Ballistic bot. I like playing our cards for cheap. We go into Gangplank, whose power is the Saltwater Scourge. We're going to start the foe summons a Powder Keg. The first time they start the round with less than 20 health, they summon the Dreadway. So we are going to keep Mr. Root and Ballistic bot. And fortunately we pulled into Mel. We were not guaranteed that. Drop our Ballistic bot, we drop our Mr. Root. This gives us our extra mana gem. And if our opponents decide to do anything, we can always Solar Snare to get rid of that Powder Keg. So we're fine dropping Mel here. They do have Make It Rain, so that's kind of the main thing that we're looking to dodge. We can play Rebuttal here if we so choose. Killing a bunch of the units. And we don't have the mana to finish off the Yordle Grifter here on our attack. But we're going to attack anyway to get that extra Radiant Volley. And before Gangplank can attack, we're just going to rebuttal him, doing damage to the Nexus, and we'll play Ignition. The more times we play spells, the closer Mel gets to leveling up. And we're going to want to get rid of the Powder Keg, so this only does 2 instead of 3. It keeps our unit alive as well. Could rebuttal this. And we can't really attack here. I do get the Dreadway, which is kind of fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Gangplank, doing damage to everything. And don't quite have the mana to drop the Funsmith here, because we probably need to rebuttal that Dreadway. I'm gonna take Deathless. And we'll go to the healer, remove our worst card. I haven't actually figured out what our worst card is. I feel like it's somewhere between Solar Snare and Howling Gale, generally speaking. But I think this Academy Prodigy is also not doing very much here. We go into Tahm, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +0/+3. So that will be a little bit extra to remove. Will make rebuttal a little bit worse, because they'll have generally more health than power. So it won't be a full remove when we play it. Just gonna pass here, take the damage, and then of course drop our Mr. Root for the extra mana gem. Drop Mel. And we have choices. We could rebuttal here, doing 4 damage, but that doesn't exactly win. So we're just gonna make our Ignition bigger. We could attack here, but I think it's probably a little premature. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. At any point he can use Acquired Taste. We're gonna drop our Funsmith, and we're gonna block. If you reduce his health, then when he plays Acquired Taste, he has a higher chance of dying on that Counter-Strike. You can see our Ignitions are huge. I'm gonna do 2 damage to him. Gonna eat our Funsmith, but now he's at a point where he has less health than power, so we just toss out a rebuttal here. And there's Niwa, they could still recapture. I don't really have mana to deal with him. It probably doesn't matter because we play this Ignition. Because of Chemtech Duplicator goes off twice, and we win the game. Challenge 31 is Lee Sin. Special power is Power of Observation, and small stuff when the player summons a unit, set it to 1/1. Oh, this is small stuff, not mortal marks. We should not be using Jack here. That is a mistake. But I'm not sure if it's one I feel like correcting. I think I will correct it. I'm gonna go with Yuumi instead. This is the build you should use: Disciple, Beast Within, and Gale Force. We're not using Epic Relics except for full build, which is allowable for me because anyone can kill Aurelian Soul, and then you have access to full build. You do want Overwhelm. If you don't have full build for some reason, you can just use the Troll King's Crusher, not the Troll King's Crown. This gives allies have Overwhelm. Because of the way Yuumi works, we're going to want to use the Troll King's Crusher instead. And then the last relic I would suggest is Dreams of Yordles, giving Spirit and Impact. Disciple of Shadows is really nice because it doesn't actually hurt your units, and yeah, that's good. And then you can play Yuumi for free on round 1, and then you have a unit that is attached, and that's good. For support champion, we want to be thinking about things that work well on 1 hit point. I think Mbessa is actually fine. Rictus is really good. The item chest, we're going to take Crystal Carrier on Stone Stackers because I love mana. And when we go here, stats won't matter very much. Regeneration might. Spell Shield maybe the best option. Power Rift, perfect. Cost reduction always good. We go into Lee Sin, whose power is always listening. When the foe attacks, they create 2 resonating strikes in hand. They cost 0. So we just need to be bigger than Lee Sin, probably fairly quickly. We have these stone stackers here. I should have kept that Metamorph. And the game blessed me by giving it back to me in hand. We're going to attach Yuumi to our Impact Poro. I think that's the best use. And we may as well block here, since we have Barrier. And nothing happened there. As you can see, even with small stuff, our unit is huge. We're going to attack with Scout because of Gale Force, and we're going to get stunned. A little bit why I was saying that thing is good. Spell Shield, that's the thing. And I guess we pass. We're going to play Minimorph this round. It gives us 2 mana, so we can drop a Rictus here. I'm going to attack, then I'm going to block here, and probably here as well. That looks good to me. They're going to play 2 spells. We're going to Minimorph. Getting rid of their Lee Sin. Drop on Mbessa. Just saved her for next round. There's a little bit of a mistake there. Gonna attack with everything. That'll stun these 2 units, so we can full build on that unit, and then kill this Barbarian Student. Get stunned again, which I guess is fine because we're just gonna Midnight Raid. That'll trigger the Scout. We could attack here. We'll stun these 2 units. We get 1 damage in. But 1 is more than 0, so why not? Drop the stone stackers to give ourselves a lot of mana. That's an odd choice. I'm gonna Metamorph Lee Sin. And then we're going to public execution on the guy with the highest attack. It gives us rally. Just gonna block here. Attack with scout. And attack again with everything. And we win. Challenge 32 is Swain. Special rules are Butcher's Block. All units have Plunger, grant me +1/+1, and Power Overwhelming round end. Grant the foe's units everywhere +1/+1. You're going to want something to shut this down quick, and for this we're going to be using Warwick. In my notes I have Guardian Angel and Double Stalkers. This lets you block and then get a second summon effect for the double strikes. And we're going to take Draven. Draven creates Cataclysm, and Cataclysm's really good. I think we pass here. And I feel like, I mean, minus cost is always good. Not sure exactly what I'm looking for though. Deathless? Sure. It's probably something better, but Deathless will ensure that I at least have an infinite number of Warwicks on the board. And Swain's power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to all the players' damaged units. So we need to be careful about how we go about blocking, because anything damaged will die. Since we start with Warwick in hand, we don't really need to go fishing for anything. And we're going to drop Clump of Wumps, because if you were... I should have attacked there. If you were to have not his 5-star, you would only have 4 mana gems here. Or 2 mana gems. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Going to Jury Rig. I'm going to take the Trickster, or the Messenger. We're going to play the Messenger. So that guy's dead in the future, and we're going to Blood Hunt as a passing move. Still want them to play more cards. They finally do. We're going to drop Warwick, killing the units, and then we're going to attack. And probably fine to drop these Mushroom Clouds. They drop Swain, pretty expected. We have Cataclysm, so we can start a free attack. I think we need to pair it with Caustic Rift so that Swain doesn't have 11 hit points. That seemed good. We're going to attack here. This attack will summon Draven. I just randomly decided that we should be using Garen against Gangplanks. I don't know why. Special rules are Wailing Spirits. Each round, the player's first Shadow Isles card costs 1 less to play. I'm getting tired. And Power Overwhelming round and grant the foe's units everywhere +1/+1. This is my preferred build for non-epic Garen. Berserker's Buckle, Stalker's Blade, and Troll King's Crown. We do have to make sure our guys are scaling up faster than theirs, and Ambessa I think is always a good pick. Just a really solid support. I'm gonna go ahead and take Phage on Garen. Cost reduction, potentially better, but Phage is totally fine. Searching for anything that looks super amazing. I don't really find anything. I can take Relentless Pursuit, that'll give us a rally later. We go to Gangplank, whose power is the Saltwater Scourge. Round start, the foe summons a Powder Keg. First time the foe starts around with less than 20 health, summon the Dreadway. Oftentimes I forget about that part, and I'll hit him under 20 health, and then I'll be punished for it after. I keep Rictus. I think this is a really nice Ambessa hand. Drop a bird. Could drop Vanguard Defender, but I think passing is correct. And we're going to do this, which will kill 2 of their units. The less of their units on the board, the better. Then we're going to play Ambessa, and we're going to go ahead and kill Gangplank and also the Powder Keg. You can attack again with Ambessa here. And every time we strike, we grow. Get to play Garen now. They can't attack. We have Overwhelm. You can see the Powder Kegs are even getting kind of unmanageable. This attack, we will lose Ambessa, but we will get a level up and also a Midnight Raid out of it. We're gonna go ahead and Midnight Raid here. We could drop a new Ambessa. We'll have leveled. Leveling gives her rally when she kills. So let's make a kill happen. And then we attack. You can see how easy it is for the stats to go out of control with power overwhelming. Even that 0-1 ended up at like a 4-5, and it just would have kept growing bigger and bigger, but at least our units could keep up with theirs, so it wasn't a total loss. Challenge 34 is Caitlyn and Fiora. Special rules are minimalist. Game start, the player starts with 2 mana gems but doesn't get more at round start. And welcome to the Murder Bridge. Game start, the foe summons the Howling Abyss. That creates random level 2 champions. We're going to be using Evelynn. Evelynn is great into minimalist because she only needs 4 mana to take over the game. Using Troll King's Crown, Tempest Blade, and Crown Guard Inheritance. Of course, if you are using epics, you want the Beast Within over Troll King's Crown. Probably keep the other 2 the same. Maybe depends on if you have her pay to win relic or not. I don't super like any of these cards. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a reroll. And honestly, I don't think this is much better. And I'm probably not gonna be happy with anything. So we're just gonna take Sivir here. She could give Spell Shield to other units, which might prove relevant at some point. We have so much gold. And take Sivir with +3/+1. Ceaseless Sentry with Crystal Carrier is interesting, but I think we're just going to ignore that. And we're going to go ahead and take Evelynn here with Quick Strike Blade. We go into Caitlyn, whose power is Flash Bomb Trap. It's not what it's called on the case. Round start, the foe plants 1 Flash Bomb Trap in the top 8 cards of the player's deck. So for your first hand, you are going to be looking for something with they can make a husk. That's the words I'm looking for. I'm going to play Salter. Actually, I'm going to play Sivir here because I don't want to eat the husk. And then I'm going to play Domination with a husk. Then we're going to attack with Sivir. Could have attacked with Domination as well, but it might have died to something. Then we're going to drop Evelynn, who has the Quick Strike Blade. When she drops, she'll level up because a husk dies. We do a stun and a rally. We attack with the rallied units, and we win the game. That's kind of the idea behind Minimalist and Evelynn. Take Black Cleaver, it's more power, maybe. Not sure if the level up effect happens before or after the Black Cleaver. And we're going to take Savage Shield to pair along with that. We go into Fiora, whose power is Time to Duel. The foe's units, when they challenge things, get +1/+1 in tough. Sure. That's close. Probably. Almost correct. Round 1. Can't really do much here. We're gonna drop Solter. Kinda hoping to draw into Sivir, but we didn't. And that's fine. We're gonna play Fiora on round 2. Play Jhin instead. And we're gonna go ahead and drop Evelynn here. The Black Cleaver does go off before the level up effect. It's a little bit unfortunate, but overall fine. Gonna play Siren's Call. Now it's our turn to attack, so we're going to attack. And we're gonna drop a unit to eat all these husks that I made. Which levels up. We can attack with Scout. Then we could attack again. Challenge 35 is Tahm Kench. Special rules are Unstoppable Force. Allies have +3/+3 Overwhelm and can't block. Vicious enemy plus the next of cell, +1 starting mana and +1 starting size, and fan favorite. Round start, give the foe's strongest unit +2/+0 and overwhelm this round. This combined with the fact that we can't block is a little spooky, but we're going to be using Elise here with full build, Gale Force, and Dreams of Yordles. If you have Fear Cleaving Axe, that's better than full build. I think it's probably fine to take this high quick strike blade package because we're gonna have the +3/+3. I think it'll be okay. Not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Elusive seems good. Farsight Alteration is probably better. They do have some elusive blockers in Tahm Kench's deck, and Farsight and Alteration will make sure that we at least have an Elise to start, which is really important. And Tahm Kench's power is Big Feast. They get 0/3 when they're summoned. So we're gonna start by dropping our Elise here. We attack with Elise because of Unstoppable Force. Our Spiderlings are already huge. And then we attack again. Pretty big board. Gale Force sends Elise back into our deck. And I'm gonna drop Lucian because he can't die. And we're gonna go ahead and stun Tahm Kench. And we're gonna get attacked for 5. Which isn't bad, it's fine. Attack with our Spiderlings, they do have Scout. This should win the game, it does. Could have played another Spiderling first. Probably would have been fun. And finally for challenge 36, we have Gangplank and Viktor. Special rules are Trick of the Light. Game start, all players summon a mirror image and remove the imperfection when the foe summons a unit. Recall one of the player's followers with less power than it. I'm going to be using Annie to take advantage of that Trick of the Light with double Dreadway Chase Gun and Luden's Tempest. Don't know who Luden is. Maybe he or she will be a champion at some point. I'm gonna take Jhin for the Mystic Shot. And I don't think it matters what we do here. We can like find Deathless on Annie. I'd probably take that. Aside from that, I don't think I'm looking for anything. Go into Gangplank, whose power is the Saltwater Scourge. Round start, hit points less than 20 equal Dreadway. Just gonna flip all of that out. The more Annie we have, the happier we are. But we only ended up with this one. Should be fine. Gonna block here. And because of Trick of the Light, these double. We'll take Elusive, that lets us get an attack in. We probably want the healer to remove a card. Our worst card is House Spider maybe? Go into Viktor, whose power is beyond mere flesh. Those units have +1/+1 for every keyword. He does have 40 life, which is more than the last one had. We can't exactly just kill Viktor here. We can drop a thing that's going to get returned to our hand. Forgot about that. And we just attack with everything. Do have this Death's Hand, which will do 4 damage, but ideal scenario here is that we get Annie killed. She can't block. I disintegrate to break spell shield. I messed up there. I needed to play Guile into Disintegrate, and then that order would have worked, but I played it wrong. Gonna attack for everything here, and we win. I think that's it. Yeah, that is challenges 25 through 36 of the August 2025 monthly challenges. I think the only thing you have to worry about in that set is small stuff. Maybe that last one with the Trick of the Light Viktor could have gone bad if we had let him go out of control. Some of the power overwhelmings do scale up very quickly, and we need to be aware of those and make sure that we're removing our opponents before their units are just too big and we have no option to deal with them. Aside from that, basically free. And that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.